Welcome to Excel Project 7b. In this workbook, we want to display product information for PC market modems and design a workbook to enter order and purchase information. In my workbook, I have a product list worksheet, which you can see here, and I have a purchase order worksheet. All the information to create the functions in the purchase order worksheet are pulled from the product list and the product price table. Welcome to Excel Project 7b. In this worksheet, we want to display product information for PC market modems and design a workbook to enter the order and purchase information. As you can see in my workbook, I have a product list worksheet here with the product price table and the purchase order worksheet. All the information I use to create the formulas in the purchase order worksheet are pulled from the product list worksheet. In my example, I want to have the information for product ID 1050. So in type, I entered the lookup formula for the product ID 1050, and I pulled the information from the product price table in the product list worksheet. The formula says, as you can see here, if B5 is 1050, then we look the product type up in the table array product price, and the value, the corresponding value, is found in column 2. I did the same for the modem module. The formula says, the lookup formula says, if B5 is 1050, then in the product price table in column 3, you will find the value that corresponds to 1050, which is the Icon Viva TA-ISDN modem. And the same for the price. Again, the lookup formula says that if B5 is 1050 in the product price table, we find the corresponding value in column 4. For the shipping costs, I created a nested if function which allows me to compare 2 or more values in one formula. In cells E14 to E42, I entered the corresponding values for the shipping costs. If I have a look at my formula, it says if B15 is D41, the price for shipping is E41. If B15 is D40, the price for shipping is E40. If B15 for D42, the price for shipping is E42. And if it's neither of those values, the price is E43, which is just an example for 0. So if I now, for example, in B15 change shipping to standard, it changes my price to $9.50. If I take out the shipping option, I have 0. My formula to calculate the total cost is C9 times B12 plus C17. I did add an if error function in case one of the values in C9, B12 or C17 is. If I now, for example, in quantity enter not a value number but letters, it tells me check product ID, quantity or shipping option to figure out my mistake. I change it back to 4 and have my total product cost. I never used logical functions before. In general, logical functions such as AND, OR, IF, or COUNT determine whether a condition is true or false. Logical functions allow us to include more than one function in one formula, which allows the user to create more complex functions and compare 2 or more values. I will definitely use those functions during my work. It takes some time to understand logical functions, but they ultimately save time and make work processes easier.